Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to everybody here and to everyone watching from home. Welcome to the Lichfield District Council planning meeting on Monday, the 2nd of June 2025. This is a publicly broadcast meeting that is streamed via live via our website, available on YouTube. We therefore ask you to conduct yourselves appropriately. I welcome those present, is anyone present, to speak publicly, and ask that everyone within the committee be respectful. My name is Councillor Jamie Checklands, Chair of Lichfield Planning Committee. In a moment, I will ask everybody participating in this meeting to introduce themselves. Before doing so, can I remind everyone in the meeting to please ensure that your mobile and electronic devices are either switched off or unmuted through the session. There is no one due to speak today. Just a reminder, the Planning Committee is a non-political, quasi-judicial committee bound by National Planning Policy Framework, Lichfield's local plan and supplementary planning guidance. Our decisions are informed by planning considerations tied to these policies. It is not a pure science. It is not a pure science. We must weigh up the benefit and harm when coming to a view. The arrangements for conducting this meeting are as follows. We'll introduce each application. Members are reminded to keep their questions to the point on matters of clarification of planning issues only. Technical questions and clarification of detail of the application will generally be best directed to the officers. Okay, if I can have apologies for absence, we nearly had 3, but I think we've got 2. Councillor Mears and Councillor Harvey-Coggins. Okay, thank you. Any declarations of interest, please?
Yes, 25/00288/COU. I'm ward councillor.
Okay, thank you.
I am ward councillor as well. I don't know if it's a declaration. A city councillor, so I've seen it before.
Okay.
Open mind.
Super. Minutes of the previous meeting. I'll take it everyone's had an opportunity to look at those. Okay. Any comments from anyone? Super. Approved. Thank you. Okay, moving on to the planning applications. A number already quoted. We've just got one this evening. That is 25/00288/COU, which is 34 Bakers Lane, Lichfield, and this has been referred to the Planning Committee because it's property owned by the Lichfield District Council. And I'm going to ask Tom Watts to present it, please.
Thank you. This application is for the erection of a 2-storey side extension, including a fire escape stair and the creation of an external seating area at 34 Bakers Lane, Lichfield. The applicant is Lichfield District Council, and so the application is brought before you this evening in accordance with the Council's scheme of delegation. The application site is 34 Bakers Lane, located within the heart of Lichfield City Centre. It lies within the Lichfield City Conservation Area, close to the Three Spires Shopping Centre, and adjacent to the new cinema and leisure complex currently under construction. The site is situated adjacent to the redevelopment of the former Debenham site, which is currently under construction and will provide a cinema and leisure complex. As a result of this context, the side elevation of number 34 will become significantly more prominent within public realm. Here are some photographs of the site. The first image looks towards the front of the building, which is currently vacant. Second image looks west from the cinema site towards the application site, showing the blank side elevation, which this proposal seeks to improve. The next image also looks across the construction site towards number 34, showing These are the proposed floor plans. These show the internal layout of the extended unit, including the connection to the external seating area and the first floor fire escape. These are the proposed elevations. Proposal includes a flat roof side extension, projecting approximately 1.6 metres to the side. And in addition, an external seating area is proposed to the side of the building facing the cinema site. It will project a further 2 metres, which would be approximately 3.6 metres in total from the original side wall. It provide around 68 square metres of external customer space. Both materials include red cedar composite cladding, paving, and metal balustrades. Visitors are satisfied that these proposed materials are appropriate for the location. This CGI visual illustrates the emerging character of the wider area, including the cinema and leisure development, and the use of active frontages and seating areas. In the cinema, you can see development to the right-hand side, and the application site is to the left, where the outside seating you can see on the left-hand side there. It's not a literal representation of the application, but it gives a clear sense of the design intent and how this proposal contributes to the wider public realm. In summary, officers consider the proposal to be acceptable in terms of design, impact on the conservation area, residential amenity, and the evolving context of Bakers Lane. The scheme would support city centre vibrancy and enhance the public realm alongside the adjacent cinema development. The application is therefore recommended for approval, subject to the conditions set out in the officer report.
Thank you, John. Any points from anyone? Councillor Ashton.
Few minor points. Page 1411.8. The advertising is going to be a separate applicant or a separate approval. Will that come before this committee or will that be officer driven?
That will come before the committee as well.
Okay, thank you. External equipment, we're only talking about the future external, internal equipment will be subject to provisions as well.
The extractors.
The extractor fans and
Oh, yeah.
so on, noise. Smell.
Conditions.
Oh yes, so the I think we had there's a recommended condition from environmental health, so that any fixed plants or anything like that would require a
But only external.
only external. Yeah.
Condition 3, about the materials. Is there going to be sample cladding, etc., provided for inspection prior to construction?
Well, as part of discharging the condition, no, there won't be, because we are the materials are specified on the approved plan. Will be
Right. I was just thinking.
approved plans.
I was just thinking they're natural wood, which can vary significantly in colour, texture, etc. Okay, but anyway. And the last one is, I know this is a how long is a piece of string type of question. When do we anticipate completion?
3 years.
Well, the planning condition will say that you've got to start within 3 years. However, I'm fully aware that the cinema is due to open early, I think January, and that's all on track. I think the council, they'll want to be open before that.
So, okay, thanks.
Councillor Evans.
I know this isn't obviously an LGC application, but just for the sake of clarity, it will be running alongside, as you've just said, the cinema build, but should there be, or are there hours of working on this specific site?
So the use of the building isn't actually changing. It's a Class E. So it's a town centre use effectively. We're just extending that, and so we didn't think it was reasonable to add restrictions on hours of working, because effectively it could operate as a Class E now, so it wouldn't be reasonable to add further restrictions on. And environmental health have been consulted and they are happy that they've got no objections in terms of where the residential amenity, the residential properties are located in Bakers Lane.
I read that, and it was just some, as I say, for the sake of clarity, really. I just wanted to check that.
Yeah, that's why we didn't, because it's already got use.
Yeah. Councillor Marshall.
Thank you very much, Chairman. I was just glancing at the Planning Heritage and Sustainability Statement prepared by Savills as part of the evidence base, and interestingly it says under 1.3, I think it was on page 1 of their report, it's a completely unremarkable building and not of high quality design, and I think I'd agree with that. I think we'd all agree with that. It's probably 1960s, isn't it? 60s and 70s. It's probably brutalist to a point, a lot of the precinct. And it goes on to say that it will contribute to the street scene quite considerably. And I think that's very true. And I think this application has a lot to recommend it, because it's going to give a much better appearance to a building which is, as Savills have pointed out, quite unremarkable. And I think at least it will give it some status within the street scene, and something which will enhance the local area to a degree. So I think it has a lot to be said for it. And with that, I'm more than happy to propose the officer's recommendation to approve this.
Thank you.
I'm happy to second.
Councillor Cross.
Thank you, Chair. I'd just like to point out that on page 8 to page 9, there's the ground floor unit is currently vacant. It's not currently vacant at the moment. And the other item with Councillor Ashton with regards to the face materials on 11.8 of page 14, the details of external face materials have been provided to demonstrate that they are appropriate in the conservation area. Officers are satisfied that proposed red cedar composite cladding would be appropriate in this location.
Okay, thank you. I don't think we've come up with any questions for you yet, really, haven't we, Tom? Anybody else? Councillor Wallens, please.
Cheers, thank you. As the main material is going to be cladding, just a quick one, is there going to be any fire stock insulation or anything, just in case if a fire does happen, that it doesn't spread to the first floor so people can't get entrapped? I know there's already fire exits and so forth there. I'm just wondering, is any way, the insulation and so forth, to protect fire from spreading if it was on the ground floor?
Pass it over, but any new build has to comply with building regulations, and they're much tighter on that than they used to be. So
Yeah, they fall under building regs.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers.
that will be within the building regulations. Councillor Hughes?
Just to say, I think it is empty. I walked past it today. It was the travel agent.
Was it there?
It wasn't there. It was
Oh,
empty.
it
Used to
was
be.
on the weekend then?
It seemed to be empty. Anyway,
No, it was there on Friday.
Right. Okay, Councillor Ashton, you tried to chip in to say that you wanted second.
I will second Councillor Marshall's proposal. Yes.
Okay, I think we've reached a point. We've got a proposer, a seconder. Anybody else want to say anything prior to us coming to vote? Okay, the proposal is that we accept the recommendation for this application and approve with the conditions as laid out. All those in favour, please. Okay, thank you very much. On to the next agenda item, the meeting finished at 18:15. Okay.